UKIP have been stopped from holding a protest in Tower Hamlets in London because it may upset the people who live there. And who lives there? Mostly foreigners. So now legitimate British political parties can't hold demonstrations because we may upset the foreigners who live in the area. That's ridiculous. We have a right to protest. You may agree with UKIP or you may not agree with UKIP. That's besides the point. Because if we can ban UKIP protesting, then the police, the government can ban other people from protesting. And when you want to protest something, not allowed, not allowed. This can't go on. We should be able to protest anywhere in the country. That's our right. Isn't that our God-given right as British citizens to be able to protest, to organise, to demonstrate? Especially political parties. This isn't some nutcase. This is a registered political party. You may not like UKIP. That's not the point. The legitimate political party. And the police have said, no, you're not marching in that area. You're not holding demonstrations in that area. Why? You're going to upset the foreigners. You're going to upset the Muslims. Well, be upset. That's the price you pay for living here. Is we have freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom to protest. But governments have slowly been getting rid of those rights. And you need to ask why. And it's not because they want to be Muslims themselves. It's because we've got to a stage now where we're scared stiff. When I say we, I mean the establishment, the government. Scared stiff of it kicking off. And we know it's going to kick off and it's going to get nasty. But nobody wants to be in charge when it kicks off. So they keep pushing it and pushing it further down the road. And that's what this is. They don't want to see conflict on the streets of London. But it's coming. But that's someone else's problem. Khan might not be mayor by then. Whew, he got away with that one. Chief of police might not be in post then. Whew, he got away with that one. It'll all fall on someone else. It's a bit like the game Kaplunk, where you put the marbles in the container, pull the straws out, and you just hope when you pull your straw out, nothing falls, and you hope the next person pulls a straw out, it falls on them. And that's what this is. We need to deal with problems in our communities. If we have immigrant communities who don't like free speech, we need to deal with that now. If we have the Muslim community who get offended if people don't like Islam, well, we need to have that debate and that issue now. And we need to get over it. Because the longer and longer we leave it, the more and more explosive it's going to be. But let's end on this. I have a right, being a British citizen of this country, I have a right to protest. That's why I've never called for the banning of Free Palestine marches. I hate them. I hate the people marching. But I've never once called for them to be banned. Because I may get something out of that. Oh, do you know what? They've been banned now. Isn't that great? Yeah. But then they're going to ban something I don't want them to ban. You need to think ahead. When you're calling for new laws and calling for people to be banned and marches to be banned, just remember it'll be you next time on the receiving end. But I have a right to protest. I have a right to demonstrate. And this government and the last government and the next government all just want to keep the peace. And to keep the peace, they've got to take my rights away as an Englishman. I'm not prepared for them to take my rights away. Because once they do, they never come back. And once they do, they always want to take away more. We all should be standing with UKIP on this. We all should be supporting UKIP on this. Because if they can do this to UKIP, they can do it to you. And they can do it to me. And it doesn't end well. It doesn't end well. See you soon. Please subscribe. Catch you next time.